The following program is produced by students of the Brian Lamb School of Communication at Purdue University.
On this week's edition of Fast Track, we'll hear how Purdue students pursue a career in broadcasting and take a look at what life is like for a female cadet on Purdue's campus.
We'll also meet up with a group of students to see how their research in Florida helps understand Indiana weather, and we'll take you to a forum to discover a rare debate style in the Midwest.
Finally, we'll visit the demonstration kitchen at Purdue's Recreational Center and take you to a phenomenal concert hosted by Purdue musical organizations. Welcome back to Fast Track. We are bringing you this week's show in front of Beering Hall. I'm Ryan Stroud.
And I'm Alexandra Johnson. With the spring term almost over and graduation just around the corner, many students are thinking about where their career paths will take them. For those students interested in news broadcasting, their experiences at Purdue have prepared them in a hands-on environment. Fast Track reporter Jenna Wild has the story.
A degree in communication can lead to several different career paths. Purdue University is where many students discover that news broadcasting is a career that they want to enter after graduation.
Ideally, my goal is to be an ESPN SportsCenter anchor. However, I will probably be starting out as a news or sports reporter when I graduate.
Originally, I wanted to be a journalist until I took the Com 261, which is the intro video journalism. And then I got into the television production class, which is 332. And then Fast Track, which is when I kind of decided I'm more like behind the scenes kind of girl. So I hope to be a producer when I graduate.
So what classes at Purdue can help you prepare for a career in news broadcasting?
Com 261, Com 332, your production classes, your digital classes, all of those have really prepared me because you get a ton of practice.
Well, Fast Track specifically, because you kind of get the newsroom setting, you talk about topics, you have to plan out the schedule, you have to plan out the way that the show is going to air, and the whole writing of scripts and stuff like that, proposals and stuff. That part of it helped me at my internship, I realized, because I knew and no one else did. And then with, things like the 261 class and the 332 class, mainly it was like all about confidence. I went into 261 barely speaking to people and came out of 332 having full conversations with people I never knew before. And that's what's great about it, because it's not just giving you video skills, it's giving you life skills.
Kyle Bloyd, a Purdue alum, now works at WLFI since graduating in 2009.
For the most part, my job is a lot of planning and keeping an eye on different things. I come in every day at 8:30 in the morning and I start reviewing all of our newscasts. For the previous day, I look to see what stories we've done, what kind of stories we need to follow up on, what we need to continue working on. I like to see what our competition is working on as well. I'm always reading as many local newspapers from the region, as well as looking at all the other local television stations in our area. The classes that helped me the most were definitely Fast Track. Additionally to that, Scott Schroeder's classes helped me a lot too. I did video production with him, and I just learned a lot from him. Like, even if it wasn't really like a direct class assignment, he had a lot of knowledge to pass on.
If you are a student at Purdue and news broadcasting is a passion of yours, there seems to be reoccurring advice from students and alumni.
Take Com 261 first. Take that first and you're gonna find out whether you like messing with the camera or being on camera, making stories and whatnot. I know there's other organizations like Boiler Productions and stuff like that. I was not involved when I was a freshman. I wish I would have, because I know that they do a lot.
My advice would be just try everything. If you think you want to go into comm, you really need to explore it. There's a Comm 100 class, and you pretty much just learn about comm and your options. And that's how I found out about Com 261.
I definitely advise getting an internship. Not everybody can work at, NBC in New York for like an internship, but just get one at a place that maybe you think you might like to be at. An internship here at WLFI really helped me get familiar with the people, to find out, I like working with a lot of the people here, and to let them know that, I can work. I can walk in and I can do a job at a high level pretty quickly.
I'm Jenna Wild, reporting for Fast Track.
The typical Purdue student probably prefers to sleep in, would like a lot of free time, and wears what they want most days of the week. Students participating in ROTC programs may sacrifice some of these luxuries. Cadets get up at 5 a.m. 3 times a week to do physical training, may take around 30 credit hours each semester, and wear their uniform on days when they have field training once a week. Fast Track reporter Sarah Miller has more on what it is like as a cadet here on campus from the female perspective.
Of the nearly 1.4 million people who are currently active duty in the U.S. military, 14.5% are women. Women, as a minority, have a unique insight into military life, but they may have certain expectations of themselves based on society's assumptions of gender roles. Department head and professor of military science, Lieutenant Colonel Hubbard, discusses equality within the ROTC program.
Everyone has the same opportunities, everyone has the same chance to obtain their goal.
Purdue female ROTC cadets shared their experiences within the program prior to becoming junior grade officers.
It's all equal opportunity here, so we're not treated any differently. Both men and women are treated to the same extent. We don't have the same physical fitness standards as of right now. I know the Army is sort of talking about leading to that direction, but if that happens, it's a different story.
I really don't feel like, as being a female midshipman, I'm really held to any different standard. I'm not given any leeway on certain things.
The same standards are held for both genders in the program, but female cadets may feel like there is more pressure on them to perform because of their smaller numbers and because of their gender.
17 of us are female and the rest are male. Of 107, I believe, is that what's theirs? So you stand out like a sore thumb. And so your eyes are kind of always on you. So it's also more of that, we already have eyes on us, and then being a female, you already even have more eyes on you.
Even within, ROTC, my actions stand out more because I'm easily identifiable. I don't blend in with, the crowd of my peers like some of the other male cadets do. So I think that just in general, in broad spectrum, because women are the minority, you get noticed more. And that can be a good or a bad thing, depending on what's going on.
Ideas about gender roles can come from society, but it is up to the individual cadet to decide how to handle the pressure to belong and to succeed as a leader.
Because I've never made being a female an issue or even a topic. I think that sometimes women come in here and think that they have to prove themselves, and so they make it a big deal, and it kind of alienates them more because they point out more the fact that I'm a girl, I'm different, instead of just, I'm a cadet, Physically, I'm different, but really, mentally, my ability to lead and everything is the same as yours. I'm a cadet, you're a cadet, we're equals. And so I think coming in with that attitude, as opposed to just feeling like you have to prove yourself, I think that helps a lot with, making it easier for guys to accept you and just to look at you as a cadet and not just, oh, you're a girl.
When we have our freshmen females that come in, and they kind of feel like they don't get taken seriously because of the fact that they're female. But a lot of times you'll see that the males don't feel like they're getting taken seriously because they're a freshman. So I think sometimes it's our perspective that we're not getting taken seriously because of, I'm a female or I'm this or I'm that. But I think a lot of times it's just, that's our perspective, when really everybody that's in that situation feels the same way that we do.
Women in the military may perceive that they are treated differently because they are female, but maybe it is the stereotypes society places on women that make them feel an extra weight on their shoulders. If anything, it is up to the individual to overcome these pressures. Both men and women are part of the same military and share the common goal to provide service to the country.
Well, I'm actually the first person in my family to sign up, and I just thought it's a good way to pay for school, health insurance, steady income, and, I always wanted to serve, so I figured, why not?
I really couldn't see myself not being a part of the Air Force, and just being with my dad and seeing, what he does and being around the jets all the time and everything, that just really inspired me that this is what I want to do. I can really see myself doing this for the rest of my life.
I'm training to become an officer and serve my country, especially, as being a Navy nurse, I'm getting an opportunity that, my friend nurses who aren't going to get to experience, they aren't going to be able to care for the soldiers who come back from an injury in the combat zone. And the fact that I can wear like a Navy uniform and represent my country, I think is awesome.
I feel like I'm a protector and how I feel comfortable knowing that since I'm out there, my family, you, everyone else can sleep easier at night, go about their daily lives.
Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Sarah Miller.
Coming up, we'll take you to Florida to see how Purdue students spend their spring break doing atmospheric research.
We'll also take you to a debate forum to find out a newly emerging debate style in the Midwest.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We are all Boilermakers, but we're also much more. We're history makers, exploring the farthest reaches of our universe, often when strapped to a rocket. We are hope makers, rebuilders of Haitian cityscapes who ensure they'll now withstand any disaster. We are difference makers, developers of drought-resistant crops that just might end world hunger. The fact is, what we make moves the world forward. We are Purdue, makers all.
While you were away enjoying spring break, a group of atmospheric science students was doing research in Florida. This combination of school and spring break is not only a great getaway, but also a unique opportunity to study weather firsthand somewhere other than Indiana. The results they find may be able to help researchers better understand Indiana weather. Alex Kaufman has the story.
2, 1, launch.
Bye.
Vacationing to Florida for spring break is commonplace for students, but these students had something different in mind when they got on a plane to Tampa, Florida. This trip was for a research project studying the effects of the Florida sea breeze on daily weather. This was orchestrated by Professor Jeff Trapp, who started this class 4 years ago after students became interested in research opportunities.
We had 3 groups that we used during the actual data collecting strategy during spring break, and we hoped that they would put themselves into groups that would kind of optimize the talents, optimize the experience among the seniors and juniors. So teamwork is key.
The project was entirely planned out and executed by the students and is just like any other field project. Each day started with a group meeting where the results from the day before would be discussed and the plan for the day ahead would be unveiled. Then it was off to pack up the tools used for research.
And this project, we were fortunate to be able to deploy a prototype instrument. And this instrument observes what are known as bioluminescent aerosol particles, tiny microscopic particles that in part allow for cloud formation. They act as basically as an agent for condensation of water vapor.
After all the planning and coordination, data collection was set to begin. One group took instruments to take measurements at the surface of temperature, wind, air pressure, and humidity. Another group went searching for different areas of air particles, and another group went to deploy weather balloons.
So we're using weather balloons that have an instrument package called a radiosonde, and this radiosonde is lifted up into the air up to 30 or 40,000 feet above the ground, and as it's doing so, it's collecting measurements of temperature and humidity and pressure, and also giving us information about how the winds are changing with distance above the ground.
However, the research did not come without its set of challenges.
Probably just planning everything out and knowing where you want to be to catch certain effects of the sea breeze and where bad places would be, and just coordinating with 2 other groups was probably the most difficult thing.
The weather doesn't necessarily always cooperate and provide lots of instances. In this case, during this project, we had at least 2 good days of the sea breeze, but we would have liked to have seen 5 cases.
After research, the students were allowed to do whatever they wanted, but what they enjoyed the most wasn't the beach or the scenery.
Probably the most enjoyable moments would be being with our faculty outside of a university setting.
One night we had a group-wide viewing of Sharknado, and Professor Chappian came and watched it with us and laughed at how terrible the science was. So that was a good experience.
I really enjoy getting to know the students because it's something that we can't really do that well just meeting with them 3 times a week for a lecture.
The next several weeks will include careful dissection of the data and hopefully some results that can be related to Indiana's weather.
We haven't made too many conclusions, but what we can say is that after the cold front came in, we definitely noticed a drop in the amount of aerosols in our environment. So essentially, as the cold front came in, it cleaned out the air.
There's a lake breeze that sets up, as people that live closer to Chicago know, and that lake breeze acts to help initiate thunderstorms during the summer. So things that we learn in Florida are actually applicable to our Midwestern weather as well.
Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Alex Kaufman.
The C. Richard Pettigrew Speech and Debate Forum is preparing for a national debate tournament that they are hosting in a couple of weeks. Debate teams from all over the country and even 2 from Canada are coming to take part in this event. Purdue's team is excited for the opportunities this tournament might bring to the university and debate styles in the Midwest in the future. Reporter Emily Green has more on the story.
More individual arguing for or against a certain issue. The British parliamentary style, however, involves 4 teams, with 2 in opposition of the issue and 2 in support. Purdue's debate forum has only just recently started practicing this style as well. While debate and speech competitions are not necessarily unheard of in the Midwest, John Schultz, the director of forensics for Purdue's team, says that there are very few opportunities to be involved in the area.
I'm just excited in the hope or possibility that this event will hopefully spur what I see as a nascent interest in this activity here in the Midwest. This style of debate is already very popular along the East Coast and the West Coast, but it's just starting to build momentum in the Midwest and some other regions such as the South. And I think by hosting it here in kind of the central location, it allows programs in this area to access competition for perhaps the first or one of the few times that they'll get to, while also demonstrating to the programs that are established on the coasts that there are some top quality debate programs to compete against here in the Midwest.
The idea of hosting such a large tournament on Purdue's campus was introduced this past summer. When the universities that are more established in debate had not yet submitted any bids for hosting, the slot was offered to Purdue. Schultz admits that when the opportunity presented itself, he couldn't think of a reason to turn it down.
I mean, one of the great things about Purdue is our size, and one of the advantages with the size is we have lots of classrooms that are available to us, and they're fairly easy to secure. So someone reached out and said, "Hey, Purdue, would you be interested?" And we thought, why not?
Pamela Deutsch, advisor of the C. Richard Pettigrew Debate Forum, believes that the opportunity was given to Purdue in part to give students from the Midwest a chance for good competition, but also in efforts to make the British parliamentary or world style of debate more popular in the Midwest.
One of the reasons why Purdue was chosen is because they're trying to get this style of debate growing in the Midwest. And because we're located in the Midwest, this will be the first nationals that's held in the Midwest. And so they see this as an opportunity to grow the event within this part of the country.
The C. Richard Pettigrew Debate Forum is looking forward to this event and the opportunities that might follow for Purdue and the Midwest. They hope this tournament opens many more doors in the future. Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Emily Green.
After the break, we'll visit Purdue Recreational Center to see how students demonstrate their cooking skills.
We'll also take you behind the scenes of a rock concert hosted by Purdue musical organizations.
That we do, and we try and
You, yeah, you. Have you ever dreamed of being on TV? Well, in the Brian Lamb School of Communication, we do more than that. You can learn about camera operation, lighting techniques, live TV shows, real client PSAs, weekly news productions, and more. For more information about the video production programs, visit our website or the advising office.
Purdue's demonstration kitchen allows students access to a full functioning kitchen where they can learn different cooking techniques through demonstrations. The demonstrations are performed by Purdue student cooking instructors who have a passion for nutrition. This hands-on experience allows participants to grasp vital kitchen skills in a fun and interactive environment. Reporter Kristen Clearwater has the story.
When the new Purdue Recreational Sports Center opened in 2012,
It gave students access to a full-functioning demonstration kitchen. Equipped with 2 ovens, a stovetop, and many other appliances, the demonstration kitchen's goal is to make cooking accessible to everyone.
So our main purpose is to provide recipes and dishes, or demonstrate recipes and dishes that are healthy, but also quick, easy, and affordable, and still taste good. And then we also try to provide a variety of programs and services that will accommodate varying interests and abilities.
The demonstration is performed by a trained cooking instructor in front of an audience. The cooking instructor provides students with step-by-step instructions on how to prepare a meal, as well as safety information when working in a kitchen.
A lot of college kids have never really cooked for themselves before, and so I think definitely that, showing people that it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be like a culinary master, really is what drew me into it, and really being able to teach other people how to do that for themselves and show them that they can cook is really cool.
The demonstration kitchen gives students a unique opportunity to learn correct culinary techniques, like how to properly cut vegetables and how to safely cook meat.
A lot of students are intimidated to cook on their own because they either think it's too expensive, that it's too time-consuming, or they don't think they have the skills necessary. And we want to show them that they are capable of making healthy food for themselves, and that it isn't going to be too expensive or too time-consuming.
The cooking instructors are all students who have a passion for teaching people about cooking and nutrition. During their demonstrations, they try to show students easy recipes that they can replicate in their own kitchens. To be a cooking instructor, students need to take the preparation course that provides in-depth information on cooking, nutrition, food sanitation, and public speaking.
I think the goal of this also is to get a large exposure of how to use a kitchen, how to use a professional kitchen, how to use a lot of equipment maybe they've never seen before, and also how to use a lot of products that they cannot buy on their own or maybe they don't have access to, and even exposing them to a whole range of products.
Definitely learned a lot about how to pair foods together, pairing flavors, textures, different cooking techniques, foods that I just didn't even know existed, cooking techniques I had no idea existed, and just increasing my knowledge base of what kind of foods are out there and flavor profiles are out there.
The demonstrations are very interactive, and people are encouraged to ask questions during the process. After the demonstration, people get the chance to sample the dishes prepared, as well as take home the recipe card.
We want them to learn, or not learn, but to walk away having increased confidence in their own abilities to cook for themselves. So walking away going, oh yeah, I can do that.
The demonstration kitchen is available for students to attend demonstrations throughout the year. The kitchen is also available to rent and have private cooking demonstrations. For more information on how to attend a cooking demonstration, visit their homepage on Purdue's Recreational Sports Center website. Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Kristen Clearwater.
Every year, the students of Purdue musical organizations put on a special student-produced fundraising rock concert named Phenomena, and every year it brings the house down. Fast Track reporter Billy Jones has more.
Every year, the members of Purdue musical organizations perform Phenomena, a completely student-produced, directed, and performed concert with every type of music and dance ranging from rock to country. The event took place at Purdue's Elliott Hall of Music on March 29th and completely rocked and blew away the audience with its loud, in-your-face classics such as We Built This City on Rock and Roll, brought the house down with its powerful rock ballads like Faithfully, and even broke things down a bit with its country hits like Storm Warning. Co-producer of Phenomena, Abby Everett, collaborated and worked with all the cast of Phenomena to ensure that the show was a total success.
We have rehearsal for a couple months before the show, and we have rehearsal every night from about 6 to 8, Monday through Thursdays, and people can pick what songs they want to be in. We required that they were in the opening number, the closing number, and 2 other songs. The average audience member can expect a very exciting show filled with songs from the 70s till now. We always include a country number, so that's fun, but they can expect a show that's unique from any other show because it's student-run, everything is student-picked.
However, the show isn't just put on for the sake of entertainment. Phenomena is performed in support of food finders and acted as a food drive as well as a concert. It encouraged all audience members to bring in canned and non-perishable goods to donate before the show began.
Food Finders has a lot of projects. It's a wonderful, wonderful organization in the greater Lafayette area, and they help supply food to people who can't afford to eat.
For more information on Phenomena and Food Finders, visit the Phenomena homepage at the Purdue PMO website. Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Billy Jones.
That's all we have time for on this week's edition of Fast Track. Thanks for watching. I'm Alexandra Johnson.
And I'm Ryan Stroud. Join us again next week on Fast Track.